It's Scola, and welcome to Motivation Monday. Guys, tell me whether you are feeling this bun on my head. I don't know. I've seen so many people do this style and I'm like, I want to try that. But every time I try it, it looks stupid and I always take it down. So I thought I'd brave it today. Let me know what you think. Because I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's just like, ooh. Anywho, today's Motivation Monday topic is going to be on late night snacking / overeating. Just basically that snack attack you get in the evening when everything is done and it just feels like you need to eat the whole world. So I want you guys to give this video a thumbs up if you do suffer from this, because I think you guys will be surprised the amount of people that do. I always get questions about this and people feel so alone about late night snack attacks. I'm like, you're not alone, trust me. This is a very common issue. So there are many reasons why you could be late night snacking, and I think it's very important to address whether it is binge eating or it is just general late night snacking for another reason. So binge eating, as you guys know, is an eating disorder, and this can be triggered by emotions or just if you have an eating disorder. It doesn't have to be triggered by anything else. It could just be something you have a problem with. First of all, address that. Address whether you only tend to overeat at night or whether binging can strike at any time. So for me, binging can pretty much strike at any time. So I know it's more of a binge eating problem than just a late night snacking problem. But I do suffer from like late night snacking problems as well. And I feel like binge eating is one of those things that's really underrated and people don't really acknowledge that it is a really problematic eating disorder and it can lead to so many problems, so do try to watch out for those signs. But anywho, today we're going to be focusing on that late night snacking. What could be the problems there? First of all, you might not be eating enough. So the standard tips are just to make sure you're having a huge breakfast in the morning to make sure you are fuller throughout the day. You know, studies have shown that the bigger your breakfast, the more likely you are to stay full and less likely you are to snack later on in the day. So make sure you're having a full, hearty breakfast filled up with complex carbs that are really good for you, just so you stay fuller throughout the day. Undereating can really mess things up. And I know a lot of people, when they first start on like a healthy diet, they think that they need to like eat a lot less, but you can actually eat a lot. It's just what you're eating that's important. So please do not undereat. Really assess what you're eating, because honestly, you can eat so much stuff like vegetables, guys. Vegetables, so low in calories, so high in micronutrients, so good for you, and you can fill up on them so much. So make sure you're eating lots of veggies, because I don't know, they're my favorite way to kind of bulk up any meal. Sorry if the lighting keeps changing. It's because I'm only using natural light today and the sun is a bit wishy-washy, but I'm really happy that it's sunny anyway because it means it's nearly spring. The next reason you could be snacking at night is because you are bored, and it is also out of habit. So those kind of go hand in hand. At night you kind of wind down, you have nothing to do. You know, if you've been at school throughout the day, you've been at work throughout the day, this is your time to relax. And so usually you tend to associate relaxation with eating as well. So if it's already a habit, you're gonna be bored and you're gonna be like, what do I do when I'm bored? I eat and I do something else. So it's really about shaking off that bad habit. So here are a few tips that could kind of tackle it and help you guys out. First things first, try to go to sleep earlier, okay? I know we're kind of in a generation where we literally will stay up until like 1 a.m. just scrolling through Instagram. Put your phone down, put everything down, make sure you're in bed as early as possible, and then make sure you're waking up earlier as well. Because the earlier you wake up, it means the earlier you're gonna go to sleep, and so the window for you to actually eat in the evening is a lot shorter. So say for example, if you go to sleep at like midnight now, imagine if you could go to sleep at like 10. That closes off the window of that late night snack attack. So definitely try to do that. Just get yourself into bed a lot earlier. Now this method works for some people, but some people can really just mess them up. It did work for me for some time, and I think it really helped me to be disciplined, and that is just to put kind of a stop on when you kind of stop eating. Like you just give yourself a time where you're not allowed to eat past this. I know some of you guys might have heard this before, like, oh, you shouldn't eat past 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. and a lot of people say there's like, you know, reasons like, oh, you shouldn't eat before you go to sleep and stuff like that. That's not really, like, you won't gain any more weight just because you ate before bed. It's down to how much energy you're taking in and how much energy you're putting out, basically. So don't worry if it ever comes to the fact that you eat before bed. Don't freak out, because it doesn't mean you're going to gain extra weight. It just means it doesn't really matter. It's literally just as simple as how much energy are you taking in and how much are you giving out. So don't worry about that. But it is good to put timestamps in place for when you stop eating, simply just to control that late night snacking. I don't know about you guys, but it really helps for me to mentally know, okay, no eating past 7 p.m. or no eating past 8 p.m. It really depends on your schedule. Like say if you get home quite late and like you have to have dinner like at 8 p.m, that's fine. But really it's best to put like just a stop to say, okay, I'm not going to eat past this time. Challenge yourself with that and see how you do. It'll either really work for you or it'll drive you crazy. You never know. So really do try it. It's a really great way of cutting off binging. And actually someone I watch on YouTube, oh, the sun is coming out. Brightness. And actually someone I watch on YouTube who's doing this at the moment is Lainey Bobster. You guys should definitely go and check out her channel. I'll leave it down below. She's doing intermittent fasting, where basically she's only giving herself an 8-hour window of eating, which I find really interesting. So if you want to find out more about that, definitely go and check it out. But it can be really helpful if you do suffer from binge eating and late night snacking. Lainey is really good with like binge eating and stuff like that because she suffers from it as well. So definitely go check out her channel for like more tips. For some people that can be really good just to cut off that time where you just feel like you want to eat the whole world, that late night snack attack. Set that goal like, okay, past 7 p.m, not gonna eat, and it stops you from kind of eating later. Next up is you need to plan what you're going to eat throughout the day as well, and this can really help to stop you from late night snacking and randomly grabbing food, because sometimes, say for me, if I don't actually plan what I'm going to have for dinner, I find myself being like, oh, I don't know what I have for dinner, and then I'm already hungry, so then I start snacking on stuff whilst I'm trying to think of what to have for dinner, and then in the end I just keep eating and I never actually have a proper meal because I'm just like snacking and eating all this junk food and stuff like that. Whereas if I just planned out my day and known what I was gonna eat, everything would have gone a lot better. So do plan what you're gonna eat, guys. You guys know I love to say this quote, but fail to plan, plan to fail. Last but not least, sometimes you just really need to eat something, and that's understandable. Like, you're allowed to have a snack here and there, okay? I mean, I'm not gonna be completely mean and say you can't eat past a certain time, but it's about what you're eating that's really important. So, say you could either eat a chocolate bar, or you could either eat celery. I know the chocolate bar seems more attractive than the celery, but really try to go for the healthiest stuff. Also, sometimes you're just super thirsty, so another tip, just slipping the tips in here and there, but try to have lots of water as well. Drinking water to really just kind of give yourself something to do, because sometimes that's what you need to do. Like, you just need to give yourself something to do. So it's a lot better to eat stuff like celery, which is really low in calories but still really good for you, and just gives you something to do and gives your mouth something to do. Don't be nasty, okay? Don't be nasty. I couldn't help it, sorry. But basically, it gives you something to do. It gives your hands something to do. It gives your mouth something to do, because at the end of the day, you're just used to doing something with those. I can't carry on with this, but basically you get my point. Eat something a lot healthier, drink something a lot healthier, and hopefully that should kind of distract you from eating junk food and all that bad stuff. And also, it's just so important not to fill your cupboards with bad stuff. At the end of the day, if you're going to the shops and you're buying junk food and you're putting it there, you're setting yourself up to fail, okay? And it's just best you just keep that stuff out of your house. I always say, you're allowed to have treats, you're allowed to have cheat meals, you're allowed to eat what you want, but don't keep that stuff in your house, because that is when you're setting yourself up to fail, especially if you're still in the beginning of your journey, you're not used to kind of a healthy lifestyle. Having that stuff in your house is just going to be so tempting. So I suggest you just get rid of it all. It doesn't mean you're not allowed it, but it means when you want a treat, you just go out, you buy one chocolate bar. You don't buy a massive one that gives you room to binge later or gives you room to snack another day. You know, just one chocolate bar, you eat it, you're done, then you don't have to think about it again. If you want to have a cheat meal, go out and eat, or just buy enough ingredients to make your cheat meal and then you're done. You don't have any leftovers. That is for the best, because if you have this stuff in your house, trust and believe one night you're gonna get home, you're just gonna be like, I had a bad day, I feel bored, I can't be bothered. You know what? There's my snack cupboard. I'm about to raid it. I'm about to eat everything in there, and it's gonna be good. That's what you're gonna do. So try to avoid doing that and just be sensible when you do go shopping. Buy stuff that's gonna be good for you. Anyway, guys, those are pretty much all of my tips for stopping the late night snacking. I know you guys are probably experts on this as well, so make sure you comment down below if you have your own tips for how to avoid, you know, going off the rails, because this is when you can really sabotage your healthy lifestyle, really sabotage sabotage your goals. So please do leave comments down below to help each other out. What's your top tip on how to stop late night snacking? If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Click the button right there. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay luscious, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! Nunku, da miss. Magede ak.